everyone, I just wanted to make this video as a very public apology. Like, I'm a mess. I'm a mess.
It's not your job, and I'm sorry.
I feel like when I met you, I just knew, okay? And I think, you know.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize.
No matter what anybody is saying, or commenting, or talking about, I need you to know that you're the most important person in my life, and that you're an amazing mother.
Alright, so pretty much, if you guys have been on YouTube lately, you guys understand that the great beauty guru James Charles is now losing his career, it looks like. Now, I'm a guy, so I really don't have a need for any makeup tutorials or anything like that, but it's only been a matter of days, and James Charles has lost nearly 2.5 million of his subscribers, and they're still counting, you know. Pretty much, I guess there was a conflict with his mentor, Tati WestBrooks. I guess she publicly ended her friendship with James Charles in that 45-minute YouTube video that was posted Friday. So if you guys have been watching YouTube as long as I have, you guys understand that every year creators rise and fall day by day. I mean, in early 2018 we had the whole Logan Paul and the Suicide Forest thing, and you know, we all know how that turned out. Alright, so if I'm going to catch you up on the whole James Charles thing, pretty much, I guess it all started at Coachella. James posted a beauty product or something that pretty much went against his mentor Tati's, you know, competition or something like that. And pretty much what Tati did is she went over to Instagram herself, posted something, and then made a almost hour-long video on YouTube. You know, I know she's trying to get that revenue just like we are, but like, come on, Tati, 43 minutes for a video? Well, anyways, after Tati uploaded that 43-minute video, pretty much that's when our boy James Charles plummeted. He lost almost 2.6 million subscribers, probably 3 million by the recording of this video, but pretty much, you know, he was just losing subs. I mean, I'm pretty damn sure that that's a new YouTube world record or something for the most subs lost. I don't even think Jake Paul lost that many whenever he was doing his shit.
I just gotta be careful to not like disrespect the culture.
Alright, so I just want to make something clear, you know, I'm not hating on James Charles or anything. I mean, honestly, he's making millions, he's living the dream, you know. All of us on YouTube want to become content creators and pretty much give the world something that we love to do and probably profit off of it. And actually, James Charles has achieved that, but, you know, when it comes to it, most of these influencers and these YouTube stars, you know, usually the younger ones at that, they usually, how do I say, let the clout go to their head, if you will, because pretty much they're making millions already. And, you know, for example, in James Charles' case, from what I know, he was charging like $500 a ticket to go to his little show or whatever. And, you know, from these clips, you know, that show was not worth 500 bucks. Alright, so now I'm starting to think that James Charles is like losing all his brain cells by now, man. That display of singing, it's terrible, and to charge people 500 bucks to go see that performance, like, that's downright sleazy and disgusting. Like, it kind of reminds me of like TanaCon.
Stampede, push through the front doors and trample fans and furniture.
I got pulled by the shirt from security. I got pushed by a cop. I got pulled by the hair by a fan.
But like, man, these YouTubers, like, they really got to slow down their little fame and everything. I mean, we actually have celebrities that are actually like licensed musicians and stuff, and inviting people to your show to see things like that, that's like scummy. But for me, the biggest issue with James Charles right now, in my personal opinion, is that the fact that he's using money, fame, and power to manipulate straight men, pretty much do sexual things that they aren't usually comfortable with. And, you know, Tati did mention that in her video.
Oh my God, you tried to trick a straight man into thinking he's gay yet again, and somehow you're the victim. You know, it's really disgusting to manipulate someone's sexuality, especially when they are still, you know, emerging into adulthood and don't quite have everything figured out.
Alright guys, so before we continue this video, you guys gotta go ahead and take a moment and hit that like button for Tati. I mean, she was very brave for coming on to say what she had to say about James Charles, because honestly that dude is not in the popular opinion of anyone right now, man. He actually manipulates guys, like, it's crazy. Alright, so if you guys made it this far into the video, you guys can pretty much tell that James Charles isn't the most, you know, prestigious, you know, guy in the world, you know, or even role model for all the girls or guys that watch his tutorials and everything. You guys gotta understand, he represents the community in which he's in his own niche, and it bothers me because pretty much most of his content is extremely over-sexualized and pretty much manipulating a straight men to do things that they don't want to do, you know. That's pretty low. But there was a waiter, if you guys didn't know, that pretty much was waiting on for a dinner that James Charles, Jeffree Star, and Tati all attended. And although the waiter did admit he was bi-curious, you know, James Charles did make him feel uncomfortable. Now the clip on YouTube is deleted, but I did download it in the midst of all the chaos, so I'm going to show that to you guys now.
And throughout the night, James and his friend and everyone, they just kept looking at me, but especially James. He was looking at me. Later on that night, he started talking to the other employees about me, asking me if I had a Valentine. This was on Valentine's Day. And he kept asking the waiters if I was single and if they thought that I was very attractive. Or he especially thought that I was very attractive and he wanted to get my phone number and all that. But the wait staff at my restaurant didn't let that happen.
Now, I do feel bad for the waiter because, like, I mean, James Charles is very popular, and usually famous people do have a tendency to, how do I say, abuse their powers. Like, it's crazy. Everyone does it. But, you know, I'm starting to think James Charles is a
Sociopath.
Alright, so at this point, pretty much seems like James Charles is like, he's ungrateful of how popular he is, how famous he is, and I feel like he's only pumping these apologies out, all these tweets out, only because like now he feels cornered and trapped, you know, like a lot of people do. And I feel like that's only because of the lack of his caring towards his fan base and things like that. I mean, he's losing subscribers like by the second, like probably thousands by the second. And now he feels afraid, you know, he wants to do something about it. And pretty much I feel like James Charles' career is over already. Like, literally, he forgot the people that actually helped him get where he is. He is like, you know, so manipulative. Like, so manipulative. Like, it's insane. And let me show you this clip just to like justify it.
He was popping off online about exposing the beauty community and doing a docu-series, and I was like, no. How entitled do you have to be to think that you have it rough? You are a 19-year-old millionaire.
Alright guys, so pretty much I'm trying to let you guys understand, like, James Charles is the representation of everything that you don't want to be personality-wise. I mean, sure, he has his money, his clout and everything, but like, literally, like, it's happening now. All that stuff can disappear overnight, you know. I know all of us aspire to be content creators, YouTubers, Instagram baddies, whatever you want to be, but at the same time, you guys got to remember, you got to treat people with respect. You can't diss them, you can't go against them, you can't do anything that you feel like is just gonna upset somebody. And I feel like that's where James Charles really like fucked up. Like, he fucked up bad, and now all that stuff's just going down the drain just like that, you know. He manipulates people, he, you know, tries to use his power and his fame to get what he wants, you know. And he's a 19-year-old millionaire pretty much, so most of us 19-year-olds, we can't even afford our college debts, our school books, things like that. and he's here trying to complain and expose the beauty community in a docu-series. Now, you know, it's crazy because, you know, I guess he's trying to do a docu-series now because, like, our boy Shane Dawson is doing that, but, you know, he's not gonna have any subscribers by the end of tonight.
I'm actually crying right now and tearing up from reading some of these comments.
Life has a really funny way of doing things sometimes, you guys, doesn't it? The phoenix always rises out of the ashes.
You guys, pretty much, if you guys want to be a content creator or whatever, you know, don't let that hold you back. There's plenty of people on YouTube that don't act in such a manner as James Charles just portrayed through this. This has been Richard here, and we're signing out.
I gave you love and all you did was leave first. Then you told me that